Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and two-time Nebraska football national champion Clester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and two-time Nebraska football national champion Clester Johnson.
Whoa, WTF. It ain't what you mean. It's We Talk Facts. It is another Tuesday. Clester Johnson, my partner, Sibo, the ball head nut. He's strict. He's sticky is what it is. We are here in the building today. Harrison is on the board. Once again, we're going to talk some facts here every night on Tuesday from 8 to 9 is where you can find us. X, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, as well as Allo Channel 951. We're grateful and thankful to Sutter Heyman on the text line. When sometimes you want to involve yourself, you can also get on the stream, ask any questions, and also have any type of communication that you want to share of your heart desire. Clester Johnson is remote today. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing quite well, but I would like a little slight change to the show. Okay, Eric, can you hear me?
I hear you. Fine.
I would like my announcement to say Nebraska Athlete of the Year 1991.
That is a fact. That's a fact. You are that.
Who was 92 Athlete of the Year?
I don't think it was me. I don't know. I think there was some sentiment. Some would say me, some would say Dre, but I think if you look at total athlete, then yeah, I'd probably have won that award. It's just hard to say in the minds of those who are the voting electorate.
Why are you being humble? I mean, when the paper comes out every year and it goes all the way back to the 50s and 60s, I see Erick Strickland in the world. Stop trying to be humble. Stop trying to be humble.
Yeah, we talk facts. The facts we're gonna get into today, class, is I think it's some depth to it. I think it's interest there. I think some of the listeners will also, as we thank each and every one of you for tuning in every Tuesday night. We're appreciative of that because without you, we would not be here, but yet we would still talk some facts. But some things that happened that a lot of us are not happy about, obviously, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, which are where our heart and lies. You see it on my hat. Clester Johnson, as being a champion, has watched the program from being here, had a lot of opportunity to see its rise and fall. And now we find ourselves 0-2 to start the season, Clester, and two tough losses. And the way I would say the first one definitely heartbreaking. The second one was one that we were in this game. I mean, we're going almost, I want to say 7 minutes in the second quarter is when the wheels began to come off. Things started to change drastically, and the mistakes began to compound, which led to some easier opportunities for the Colorado Buffaloes. But we hung in there. We hung in there tough. I think the strategy was working, class. I think the running game, a lot of what I said about the running game, run at Travis Hunter, they were doing and was having great success in the tackles with a lot of that counteraction with the guards pulling on the inside, some wham blocks, some motion. The motion ended up letting them down at the end of the day with some butt fumbles and hike fumbles and stuff like that, which obviously caused us some trouble. But we have a thought. We're going to try to break it down today and talk about the pathway to 7 wins. I still think it's possible. I know some of us are pouting, some of us are shouting, and some of us are upset about where the team has begun at an 0-2 record, coming home to face Northern Illinois this weekend. Clester Johnson, let's get into the facts.
Well, when we had our show on, I want to say 8/22, I reposted it on my Twitter at Tresvent Street for all you people out there who would like to know a little bit more, get a little bit depth on what my thoughts are, and Eric sometimes get a chance to chime in, but I initially said that I thought the Huskers would come out of the gate 0-2.
You did say that. That's a fact.
But here's the thing. A lot of times we can't predict how it's going to happen, right? Like we can't predict how it's going to happen. But when we look back, and I did say this, if we played well in those games, you got to be encouraged, right? Because that's all I wanted to see. I felt we would lose, but if we look back and go, you know what? They played pretty good. And I want to say in both of those games, we played pretty good. We all know as fans, we all know why we lost. You know, I don't want to sit here and pound on one person, but again, you know, you lose as a team, you win as a team. But ultimately, the statistic is Nebraska is last in the country in turnover margin. But the encouraging thing is they're number one I heard they're number one in sacks, right? So that is very encouraging, my friend. Like these next two games, I really feel we're going to be home. And my feeling is we got to get these two, okay? I think you're going to see a little bit of hangover. There may be a little Husker hangover because you always got that seed of doubt in your mind from being 0-2. So now you're kind of questioning yourself.
Pause. Husker, break that down. Husker hangover. Fan base hangover, team hangover, or both? And what does that look like? Break that down.
So, you know, fan hangover, obviously it is a compounding effect of what's been happening for years now. You know, almost a decade. Not quite a decade, but, you know, almost 10 years. It's like, oh, here we go again. You know, it's I hate to use this term, but you know how sometimes when you when something happens to you and you just naturally have like a fear of it, you know, that's what happens with us as fans. Something is happening and all of a sudden we start to feel that feeling of you know, that pit in your stomach. Like it's just like, oh, I'm getting sick. Because we are emotionally tied to this team. I don't care what anybody say. When you look at these comments after the games, you can tell this is religion for some people. It's unfortunate that people are tied to it like that, but it's religion to some people. So naturally, you start getting a wave of just negative energy. All this negative energy just flows in from all around the world, all around the country. Here we go again. Now, it's a little different.
Pause. Let me. Now, I want to touch that because this is upon what you just said. Is it possible that so being biblically inclined, right? There's some things that we talk about that what you put into the atmosphere, you have to be mindful that that thing can come on you. So if you're going around saying you're broke, then in your mind, you're putting into the atmosphere a broke mentality, and therefore
the self-fulfilling prophecy. The
self-fulfilling prophecy. So in our minds as Huskers, sometimes as fans, can the lack of optimism, can that mindset, as the clock begins to tick, you in that arena, in that stadium, that energy can start to kind of seep into the atmosphere and can kind of create some bad mojo. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's crazy. Like we can actually kind of sometimes throw some bad mojo into the mix. And we do that in our lives. We do that in our individual lives. We do that in relationships sometimes. We like, oh man, I mean, dang, man, she probably gonna cheat on me. And the next thing you know, a month or two later, she done snuck off on you. You know what I mean? WTF, we talking facts right now. Is that something that's going on right now? Are we throwing bad mojo in our own mix?
Oh man, I mean that analogy. You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and look at the show and just to replay that analogy right there.
Oh man,
you know, I do feel that we can create the self-fulfilling prophecy But again, it's up to the coaches and the staff and academics, everybody inside. This is when you gotta really kind of circle the wagons, is what the term we like to use is circle the wagons. And they gotta kind of have a me against the world mentality. Like, hey, we're going to continue to be positive with the fans and the media, but it's almost like they're going to have to maybe adopt what Dion is doing in Colorado is, hey, you don't believe in me.
The theme for them is, I believe. Matter of fact, every time he approaches them, the first thing he says at him,
do you believe?
I believe.
Right.
I believe. And they repeat it. And so that thing begins to manifest itself.
So within the comfortable confines of Husker heaven on campus, in the locker rooms, in the meeting rooms, they gotta kind of have to adopt that same mantra. That mantra has to be, you know what? People are really down on us. They don't believe in us. And let's circle the wagons and make people believers.
Plus, tell the truth now, because you can help people to understand what that looks like, because you guys, you got to see it in the inception, in the beginning stages, because Nebraska, before the swag caught in and you walked around with your head high, your chest up, and you walked into games and into stadiums and you said, shoot, I don't care what they got. I don't care what people been talking. We beating the brakes off of them. And so, but listen now, just before that, y'all dealt with, couldn't get over the hump, couldn't win the bowl game, couldn't win the big one, kicked the field goal goes right against Florida State. You guys had to change that mentality because you still had to face those same times. What was that like for you in that locker room watching that? Because you were part of the inception of the beginning of it and the change of it. So what is something that they have to do in order to change that?
Yeah, Coach Osborne was in the midst of a 7-game bowl losing streak. And just like you said, you hit the nail on the head. The national media and everybody was just saying, you know what, they're a good team in their conference, but when it comes to these national teams, the Miamis, the Florida States, mainly the teams down south. I mean, there was one year there was Georgia Tech. There was a big game. One year it was Washington. That was a big game, and we just came up short in those games. That was when we created the Unity Council.
There you go.
That's when we had the team psychologist really kind of came into play a little bit more, because what Coach Osborne recognized is there's something deeper at play here. And I got to get my team more unified. I got to make them more cohesive. We were very cliquey at the time. I remember that. It was a very, we were great, obviously very great, good athletes, and we could win the games that we were supposed to win, per se. But when it came to that team that was equally as good as us, or maybe perceived as better, it was like we fell apart. And that's what you saw, honestly, against Minnesota. But I am leaning on the fact that we have a coach who I think is a little bit more hard-nosed. He ain't gonna let you feel sorry for yourself, and he gonna go hard at you. And I'm gonna tell you, I feel like we saw improvement from Minnesota to Colorado. We definitely did. We played a better team, and I think we played better. If we cut down on those turnovers, that's a closer game. I'm not going to say we won.
So you're looking at three right now. If you just cut it to one, that's growth. If you just cut it to one, this can change the whole outcome of that. Because let's be real about it. The defense was operating from a bend but don't break. That's how they were doing it. They were getting the sack. They were giving up a little bit of yards, maybe a first down here or there, and then boom, they would explode. Now it's a punt. Then we get the ball, boom, we run, we get a couple first downs, get a stop or a drop or something like that. and then change the field position. But the problem happened was the punting got bad. You had 2 shank punts. So now you're giving up field position, creating shorter fields with a bend but don't break type of a defense. And it's always difficult in those instances to try to make up the difference of those yards that would have been available to you if you were able to change the field the way that you had been doing it.
Absolutely. I love what you just said there, especially about field position. Field position is big, but another thing you really want to hit on is momentum, right? Turnovers can really change the momentum and the feel of the game.
Because Colorado stands was out of it, Cless. Like they was quiet as church mouses up in there.
Yeah.
Like in the first 2 quarters and a half, they was quiet, and that's what you wanted. But then the turnovers, and then now they start getting rowdy and started getting up.
Yeah.
That changes the whole dynamic of the game.
You're giving extra possessions with a hot quarterback with a lot of great athletes. It's just a matter of time that your defense is going to get tired because they're like they just got off the field. Now they got to come back on the field, right?
Yeah.
You're not giving them a break. You're changing the field position. You're changing momentum. It's just I don't care what kind of defense you have. It could be the 85 Bears. I mean, at some point, it's going to break. The dam is going to break. You're going to give up something, and it just makes it tough to feel like you got a chance to win. And then when you get back on offense, you start to feel like I got to be perfect, and you start to press. There's a lot of you're playing tight, and
not to lose instead of to win.
I saw that start to happen. Now, I feel like these next 2 teams are definitely inferior opponents. So, and we could jump into that. We could jump into that in a little bit more depth. But these next 2 home games, number 1, at home, and inferior opponents should start to get your confidence back. But like I told everybody, after 2 games, you start to kind of figure out who you are as a team. And there's potential on offense. You just have to, you cut down on the mistakes. We're right in there. We're right there. So
before go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what is Coach Rule gonna do? Is he going to switch it up?
Stay with the horse?
Or is he going to, if you feel like he has faith in his current QB, is he going to stay there? We don't know. That's the key to it all.
Well, it's very similar to like race car driving, right? Race car drivers, they have an alternate driver, right? Sometimes there's something going on with the original driver. The car may not be handling the way he likes it, and it may work to the feel of the second guy. And sometimes you may throw the second guy in there to work some things out, work out some of the kinks, let him take the reins for a little bit. So that's kind of the dilemma that they're in. Now, I've got to say what worried me before we take our first break, and I'll let you answer on it. Here's what worried me about the quarterback situation. Is when we got down close to the half, I'm watching us with the ball. I think we have a little over a minute left. We're moving the ball a little bit, and we get to a point where we're under a minute, and Jeff Sims goes into oblivion. His mind just, I don't know where he was at, but he wasn't in tune to the game. And he was in there, he was running plays, getting in the huddle and looking at his thing. He was very slow to get the guys together. There seemed to be no sense of urgency. And he's looking around. It's 11 seconds left, like he's about to hike the ball, like he had a minute left in the quarter. And the clock runs out. And I was just like, wait a minute. Like he had no clue that it was 11 seconds on the clock. And that's what worries me, is just that awareness, that situational awareness, that coach, that you can't really coach that, not especially in the season. And so I'm worried about that part of the game, and I'm hoping these home games is able to kind of help him with situational awareness a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that one of the things I was talking to somebody on Twitter about when it comes to our quarterback, I the coach is going to determine who's best, who he thinks they can win with. But my vision, and being a former quarterback myself, I can definitely see an athlete playing quarterback versus a pure quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, Lamar Jackson is an outstanding athlete who can play quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's a different style, a different type of quarterback.
Right.
But when you look at, let's say Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, there's some guys where you could just tell. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, there's certain guys where you look at them and you go, he got it.
That's that it factor.
Mm-hmm. He's got the it. He understands how to anticipate. He knows what the defense is giving him.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things. He takes care of the ball. He knows how to, on the run, he knows how to when things fall apart, he knows how to manage and do other things to make up for things that don't go right. Yeah. So that's what I don't see with our current quarterback.
Right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on WTF. We Talk Facts, 93.7, the ticket, theticketfm.com. What are we going to come back and talk about? We're going to come back and talk about the pathway to 7. How can the Huskers, as we look at this schedule, Clester has already called it. He said they would be 0-2, but yet he still said they will get there to 7. What is the pathway to 7? We'll talk about that when we come back right after this.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM-certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
The Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, Nebraska National Guard, 55th Wing, and the Lincoln Airport Authority presents the Guardians of Freedom Air Show, featuring the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, the F-16 Viper demo team, F-35, and the Air Force Wings of Blue. Experience a spectacle that your family will remember forever. The Guardians of Freedom Air Show, Saturday, August 26th and Sunday, August 27th at Lincoln Air Park. Parking and admission are free. Learn more at LincolnAirshow.com.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day 3 to 6 p.m., and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal cars come in both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
It's less than 1 month until the Guardians of Freedom Air Show comes to Lincoln's Air Park on August 26th and 27th. The show can't happen without the efforts of volunteers, and they need your help. This is a great opportunity to raise money for civic clubs, student organizations, club sports, and others who want to be close to the high-flying action. For more details on how to volunteer at the Guardians of Freedom Air Show, visit LincolnAirShow.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HNHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
What the? WTF, it's us. Tuesday nights. Once again, it's on. Clester Johnson joining us remote today. We kind of got into the breakdown on the Husker football and where the status of it is right now after an 0-2 start. But we're going to continue on and look not to the past. We're going to look towards the future and get an idea, a little breakdown and thoughts on the pathway to 7. How can they get to 7, let alone 6? I thought that they would be they would split those games. Actually, it probably should have been the way it would have been for me. But that's hindsight 2020. And at the end of the day, class, let us know your thoughts on the pathway to 7.
Okay, let's start with our opponent this weekend. They beat Boston College, right?
So don't get it twisted. They could clip you if you come in here.
And I'm going,
slipping.
wow, I didn't see that coming, right? But then they turn around and lose to Southern Illinois.
Right.
Listen.
They got smelling themselves. They're smelling themselves.
Nebraska needs to come right in and take their heart away.
Mm-hmm.
I say I felt this was the highest percentage game to win. This one.
Okay.
The second highest percentage game to win is next week. Yes. Mm-hmm. But I did say that La Tech, with that kind of air raid offense, you know, those are the type of teams that, you know, like a Georgia Southern, like they can make their season. They can come into your house, take your money, because, you know, Nebraska is going to pay them probably close to $1 million.
Take your cookies.
They can come in, take your money, and win the game. Like there's nothing worse than having Georgia Southern come in last year and get 800,000 and beat you, because that's not.
You know what that looks like? You know what that looks like? You want me to tell you what that looks like? WTF? You ready? That looks like you had on a Nebraska chain, a big old N with some diamonds. Oh no! Here come Debo. You try to put the chain away, but you don't do a good job of putting your chain away. Hiding your chain. They come into your building and they say, "What you got on my game tonight, homie? What you got on my game tonight?" And they see your chain and they say, "Give me that chain." And they snatched it and went home on your bike with your chain.
Absolutely. Now, after 4 games, I had the Huskers at 2-2.
Okay.
Now, I need Husker fans to listen to this, because this is a really bold prediction I'm about to say.
Come on.
Michigan is going to come to town.
Okay. 2-2.
Now, do you remember a few years ago, Michigan was really good under Scott Frost, and we had a chance to win?
Yeah.
The Adrian fumble.
Again.
Now, I can see Nebraska testing Michigan. We have a defense good enough. I feel like we have a defense good enough to test Michigan, because you don't just run on Nebraska. Like, they're not just going to let you run on them. And you know, Shadur had a good day throwing the ball, but it took a while.
Yeah.
Now, Big Ten against Big Ten is just a whole different mentality. I think the mentality is a little bit different in the Big Ten. We tend to probably get up a little bit more for Big Ten teams, and I'm just counting on Nebraska really pushing Michigan to the limit, where our crowd is going to be like, I like that.
Okay.
Now,
so we're down 2-3. We're down 2-3.
We're down 2-3. Now, here's the game where I feel we could possibly win 8. Okay.
Oh wow. Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Hear me out.
Okay. Come on.
Illinois is iffy. They're a very iffy team. And the reason why I say we lose this game is because we're going on the road, coming off of a loss, right?
Okay.
Now a loss can either, a physical game can either put you behind the 8 ball and you still, it's taking you a few weeks to recover, or it could revive you and say, listen, we should have beat this number 2 team in the country. We know we can beat this team. Like, it could be a different confidence on the road. So if we beat Illinois, now we're back. You know, now we're back to 3-3. And I didn't pick that. I picked us to be 2-4. So I got us losing 2, winning 2, losing 2, then going on our run. Okay. But if we beat Illinois, it could be something totally different. But I'm gonna stick to my original thought. This is, to me, is the make or break 8-win games, right? It's beating Illinois on the road. Now, Northwestern at home, we should take care of business.
Under turmoil.
Under turmoil. We should win this game. There's no reason why we shouldn't win this game. Purdue at home. There's
no quarterback.
No reason why we shouldn't win that game, right? Now, Purdue has had our number the last few years, but I'm banking on this being a different Nebraska team. They're playing better on defense, and now Coach Rule has kind of figured out what he's going to do on offense. Maybe he's gotten into Jeff Sims' ear and said, hey, listen, you're on a short leash now. If you do this again, I'm a have to go in another direction. But I just think that if we can just take care of the ball, you're going to give us an opportunity to win. So I'm going to say lose to Illinois, but a possible win. Beat Northwestern. Beat Purdue. Now, look what just happened at Michigan State.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look what just happened at Michigan State. I predicted us going on the road to beat Michigan State. Now, I think that has been enhanced. I think that's been enhanced. I think we go to Michigan State and win. Okay.
So now that puts you say with the Illinois, you say if they win that one,
if they win that,
a 4-game run right there.
Correct.
Okay. Now you're at Maryland.
Now
you got a 4-game that puts you at 6. So you're at this point 6 and 3, 6 and 4,
4.
Wait, 6 and 4. Okay, 6 there you go. Okay,
we beat Maryland. We're beating Maryland. I'm just telling you. I'm calling it. I'm putting it in the air. I think we beat Maryland.
Well, 6 and 3.
6-3.
Yeah, it'd be 6 and 3 because you're saying if they pull out worst case 5 and 4, best case go on the road, beat Illinois 6 and
3. Right. But I'm putting it at 5. I was putting it at 5 and 4.
5 and 4. Okay.
Okay. Then I feel like we beat Maryland. Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing sexy about them that makes you want to bow down.
Correct. Plus, it's at home. Because I'm banking on all these games that, listen, we got Northwestern, Purdue. We go to Michigan State. Then we got Maryland back at home. Now, Wisconsin, they're not a world beater.
They're not.
It's another team.
Scary. Exactly.
Not a world beater, okay? They lost
That's
to Washington.
50-50.
Another 50-50 game. We've had close games with them when they were a pretty decent team also.
Yeah.
But I just said that Wisconsin for Nebraska has been a tough place to win, and I said that that's a loss for us, okay? On the road. We beat Iowa at home. Listen, if Iowa would have won against Nebraska last year, they go to the Big Ten Championship. But Nebraska come to Iowa and they beat them because Iowa plays our style of ball. And what that is they got a great defense and they don't have very much offense.
Right.
I think that we beat Iowa at home. And now Nebraska is about to start their streak of beating Iowa. The Iowa beat us, 7-8 years in a row?
Yeah, that's right.
Nebraska goes to Iowa, win last year. Now Iowa's coming to Nebraska. I say Nebraska wins again.
There it is. So that puts you at 7 and 4. That's the pathway to 7.
No, that's 7 and 5.
7 and 5. That's right. I'm sorry.
Now we beat Illinois. We're 8 and 4.
There you go. You go. You heard it here.
That's where I was saying we're going to be 7 and 5. Again, gotcha. I think we could get to 8 and 4 if we beat Illinois. So I think we have that type of team that can do it. There are some variables that have to come together, i.e. lessening on the turnovers. I think if we lessen the turnovers, we beat Minnesota if we don't turn the ball over twice. We win that game, right? I don't know what I don't know we beat Colorado if we don't turn the ball over, but I think it's a much closer.
It's a much closer game.
So
yeah, because they had to vacate the strategy that was actually working. Correct. Because of the fact that you found yourself so far behind. You couldn't continue with the same game plan that was actually working, which is great.
But the fans have to be patient. The fans have to be patient. The fans have to, this is, I hate being cliche.
Well, it's tough to be patient, Class, because when you see what's going on in Colorado, you're like, wait, how come them and not us? That's what some of the fans are probably saying.
Well, here's what I love hearing out of Colorado. Every day they're trying to get better. Every play they're trying to get better. So if we're stacking good plays and we're stacking good days, a lot of times that leads to wins on the field. Mm-hmm. So that's how our team have to have that mindset is you have to be extra tough on they have to be extra tough on themselves if they make mistakes in practice. Because I'm going to tell you, your coach was probably like that. Coach Nee was probably like that. If you were a turnover machine as a guard,
you're out of it. Come over here, sit
come sit next to me. And it starts in practice. I know Coach Osborne was really big on jumping off sides, blocks in the back, and turnovers. Oh man, that man be ready to pull his hair out. Mm-hmm. So if the players get that feeling of I'm not going to play,
it's not going to be me. Like it's not going to be me.
Right.
If everybody takes that onus upon themselves, it ain't going to be me. You know what I mean? Then you can eliminate a lot of those issues.
Correct. But we all see it's primarily coming from one area. Mm-hmm. We need to get that area fixed. But here could be the Achilles heel to Nebraska. Here's the Achilles heel. Okay.
We got to take a break. So do you want to come on the other side of the break?
Because this is big, Eric. This is big. So maybe we'll come back, but because I got to explain what could be the potential Achilles heel that can prevent us having the 7-5, 8-4 season. I can tell you.
You heard it from Clester right there. The Achilles heel, how to heal the heel. We'll be right back to talk about it. WTF right there. We'll be right back after this.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rug. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If you have concerns about your drinking water, just call Bryant. If your water doesn't look right, smell right, or taste right, Bryant can help. If your water has high levels of iron, Bryant can help. If you're tired of foggy dishes and dingy clothes, Bryant can help. Whatever your home water needs are, Bryant is here with a solution to fit your needs. Be sure about your water. Just call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Back on WTF, We Talk Facts. Clester Johnson, you had something that was on your brain that you wanted to share and drop off a little tidbit, a little nugget that you wanted to hit on WTF tonight. Bring it off.
I've seen this happen in Husker Nation a number of times. I've seen it happen under Coach Frost. I've seen it happen under who's the coach after? Why I'm losing my mind. Right after Coach Solich.
Callahan.
Callahan was loyal to his defensive coordinator, and that guy was terrible. We had some of the worst numbers ever with that D coordinator, Kevin Cosgrove. I'll never forget that. Coach Frost was loyal to who?
Shenander.
He was loyal to Shenander, but he was also loyal to Adrian Martinez.
Oh, Martinez.
Okay. Now, if Coach Rule is loyal to Jeff Sims, that means he has no consequences to turning the ball over because he knows he's just going to play, right? If there's no fear of losing your job, I'm not sure this team will ever reach its potential because you can't continue to allow a player to do that and march him back out there because then it starts to play with his mental mindset and it's like everybody just did, holding their breath the whole time he's behind the center. And the expectation is that he's going to do something. At some point, he's going to do something. So Coach Rule, if he's loyal to Jeff Sims and he doesn't do something to switch it up behind the center, Nebraska is not going to reach their potential.
Well, it's like a child that if you do not discipline, then they will continue to run roughshod and won't reach their full potential. I would say that if it wasn't for my dad, I would say there was two things that really helped my career tremendously. It was obviously my dad. There were instances where there were things that I did that he literally would take sports away from me, and that killed me to the core. And it was in my freshman year of missing the state tournament because of what happened getting into that scuffle at Mission Junior High and missing the state tournament. We lost by 1 point. That changed everything about me, about the way that my game and life and progression and achieving the better part of me became after that. So I would have to agree with you. Harrison, real quick, man, before we get out of here tonight, Clester just dropped it like it's hot. Tell us, man, what your thoughts about, you're a little skeptical about getting to the pathway to 7. So, give us a little rebuttal.
Yeah, I just think I'm not going to say it's impossible, right? These 2 games, I agree with Clester there. They're huge. Jeff Sims, you got to figure it out in these confidence builders because you have Michigan right after, and that's not going to be any easier for you. So if you can figure it out here, I like our defense. Our defense is strong. I do think they actually can push Michigan. I mean, what was it, 8 sacks against Colorado? Yeah, Cameron Lenhart, true freshman, just absolutely stellar. I'm excited to see what he can be. So it's possible, but I'm leaning more towards 5. If we can really, really lean in our defense, if Jeff Sims can get it figured out, I'm a little more optimistic. But yeah, right now that's just where I'm at. I have to see it.
Harrison, I can't let you get away with just saying 5. I need you to tell me quickly who we winning and who we losing to.
Ooh.
All right. I actually got it pulled up here.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who we winning and who we losing to.
So you said the 2 you got. And then you go to Illinois. Illinois is a win or loss.
Yep. So right here, I got it. So obviously, first 2 losses: Northern Illinois win, Louisiana Tech win, lost to Michigan, win against Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Win against Northwestern.
Okay.
Loss against Purdue. Loss against Michigan State. That one could change, obviously, with the Mel Tucker news. But nonetheless, lost to Maryland, lost to Wisconsin.
Wow.
But we do beat Iowa.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. We're gonna have to come back and have some discussion about that when that happens. We're gonna have to get if that's different than what he just said.
Keep in mind,
Harrison is faithless. Harrison is faithless.
You guys can do this. Go talk to all the 20 to 25-year-olds and get their predictions, because there is a trend with people in my age that's just kind of what we've seen, right? So
I understand. I understand. Hey, you heard it here. We're gonna mark this date, and we're gonna come back towards the latter third of the season and see where we stand with what those predictions were. But unfortunately, that does it for us tonight. Any final thoughts, Clester, on tonight's show?
I would just say to Husker Nation, first of all, thanks for anybody who tuned in and listened to us. I'm just gonna say, keep the faith, keep your patience, and we're gonna see this thing turn around here in the next 2 weeks. We need these games first. We can't put the cart before the horse. We need these 2 games first, and then we're going to build on that.
That says it all right there. We'll close out tonight. Another night here, a wonderful night on WTF We Talk Facts. We'll see you next week, 8 to 9, 93.7 The Ticket, right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll see you next week.